Hello and welcome to Eureka's video classroom. In today's video, we're going to be going over how to add your admin access for Webpos in order for you to add sales users or remove sales users from your Webpos. So what we want to do is go into our welcome email. So hopefully you already downloaded and installed your digital certificate. If not, there's going to be a link down here on the video which will redirect you on how to download and install your digital certificate. If you already did it, great, then we can continue. So what we're going to do is in our welcome email at the bottom you'll see this now click this link and you will be presented with the following screen. So we're going to click on this link and it's going to take us into a Webpos login page. Notice that this screen is green now. So just a reminder, this is going to be our Web POS login page from now on. But in order for us to create an admin page, in order for us to add or remove sales users, we need to access this login page first. So it's going to ask for a username and password. We're going to go back to our welcome email. And then as you can see down below, it's going to have a username. We're going to click that in there, and it's also going to have a password. So we're going to also put that in there. And then after we enter, we're going to enter submit. And then it's going to ask us to reset the password. So it's very crucial that you remember what your password is, because remember, this is your admin login page. This is in order for you to add and remove sales users. So you want to remember what your password is. So either you could keep it aligned with what your other passwords are or write it down somewhere, but this is very useful to remember, okay? So remember, your username is your TID, which is in your welcome email, and then the password is going to be whatever password you decide to enter. So we're going to put in a new password, okay? And then, okay, and then after that you want to click on next. And now we're in the admin homepage for Webpos. This is where you're going to be able to add and remove users from Webpos and manage them as well. So this is where you could give them certain permissions, anything like that. This is your site to manage that information. So what we want to do is we're going to add a user because there's no users installed. So we have not added any users, so this will be our first user. So what we want to do is go to admin users, and you see how it says users, no users found in this virtual store, because we haven't created any. So we're going to create one today. So we're going to go to add new user to this virtual store, okay? So we're going to click on that, and then it's going to redirect us into our options page. So this is where we're going to create the username and password, okay? And then we're going to also give them the permissions that we want to give them. So we're creating a user, a Webpos user. So the username, and then the email address, and then the password that we want to enter. I would recommend entering a temporary password, okay? And then force user to reset password. If we click on this box, when they first log in with their temporary password, as soon as they log in, they'll be able to reset that password to their own password. If you don't want them to have control of that, then you could click that box and they will be assigned to whatever password you provide. So, and then this is where you can add the name of the employee. So we'll put the first and last name, and then the next one is web session timeout in minutes. So what this does, this is a feature that automatically logs you off if your idle for more than the set amount of minutes that you put in there. So we recommend to put 20 minutes. So if you walk away from your computer, you didn't touch your Webpos, it automatically logs you out. Again, 20 minutes is recommended. This helps prevent any type of fraud that goes on or anything like that. You could set it at whatever time you'd like, but 20 minutes is our recommended time. User disabled. This we will leave unchecked. And now the roles for this user. So we want to click on all of these except this middle one where it says clerk report, show only transaction reports. So this will only give us a certain amount of reports, which will override all of your reports. So we want to leave that empty. So for you, if you're creating your main login, I would have all of these clicked on except this middle one. These are all the roles that we have: certificate download, clerk authority, clerk card registration, clerk refund, clerk reports, so to access all your reports, clerk sales in order for them to make the ability to sell any type of product in their Webpos, and to show your credit limit. Again, these are all optional for your employees. You could select certain ones. If you don't want them to have a refund option, you can unclick that. If you don't want them to see your credit, available credit, you can click that. But if you're going to create your first admin, your first user, which would be your user, we recommend that you have all of those boxes checked. After everything is complete and you just double check everything, we want to click on Save Webpos User. And then what this is going to do, it's going to save our user that we created. So the username is ERI123, first name, last name, the session timeout. Disable means false, means that this is still an available, this is still used. Created by, this is our admin information. Created date, last updated, and last updated. Okay? So this means that we have created a user and this is their login information. So we have created a user. Now if this was an employee user, and let's say your employee no longer works there, you could edit it by admin user, and you want to click user disable. Okay, and this will disable this user from logging in. Unfortunately, we cannot delete any users, but you could always disable a user, and you can change the password to enforce it. Okay, so we're gonna update that, and that's pretty much it.